everybody, and I hope you're all safe and healthy. And thank you so much for joining me this evening. I am thrilled to welcome you to the live Talkathon. Can you control your child's myopia? Brought to you by Essilor. My name is Mei Wan, your host for this Talkathon this evening. I'm a baker and I'm a mom of two beautiful young daughters. And now I also have two very special guests with me. But before I introduce them, I want to share that we are going to be giving away $20 Shopee vouchers for 5 lucky viewers here today. Simply like this video, share it, and comment during the show, and you can stand a chance to win. Winners will be announced at the end of the show tonight. Now, I'd like to introduce my wonderful co-hosts and guests for the evening, Chris Hansen and Mark Lee, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi,
guys.
good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm speaking slow, so
Better.
do you understand?
Of course.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
Since Police and Thief in
Wow, that's
2006.
long time.
Yes,
Last
long
time you was like that, then now you're like that. Different, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Was I? Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Were you ever that short?
Yeah.
No,
Really?
no.
We know each other also 20 years. Last time he was like that, and now he's like that.
Yeah, it's called aging, man.
Yeah, 26-inch TV, and now it's 70-inch.
Okay,
You were
okay.
like that, and then now you're still like that.
Okay, so let's just get down to business and talk about
Okay.
myopia. So I just brought my two daughters to get their eyes checked, and oh my gosh,
Why?
very bad.
How many degrees?
I didn't really check the report, but I know they both have myopia. They both have astigmatism, everything. Like
Really?
it's yeah, they got that gene from me. It's not great,
Good.
but I'm glad. So we picked up our glasses today,
Right.
and they were like, "Mommy, I can see the world." So like that's a good thing, right?
You're
That's a
so
good thing.
lucky.
Yeah, so I saw the stats the other day and I was quite shocked, and I just want to share with you. So can we just take a look? Let's see the stats of myopia here. Can anyone guess what are the stats here in Singapore? Like, what is the stats right now?
What, for kids?
Yeah,
Okay, what kind of ages are you talking about?
I'm talking like school,
Primary school?
Primary school.
kid. Yeah,
I would
primary school
wager
kid.
somewhere in the region maybe 48, 50%.
40 to 50, I don't think so.
You think it's what?
I think
Lower?
maybe
More?
higher.
Okay.
About 60, 65?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah? Yeah, because I got 3 kids.
Okay.
Then already have 2 kids have myopia.
Okay.
Yeah, so if like at least 65, you know?
Okay. Let's show them the answer. Let's show them the
Yeah.
answer. So what's the answer today? It's 65%, right? You're right. It's 65%.
Oh, 65!
Yeah.
Oh, so lucky!
No, and do you know Singapore ranks the highest globally for myopia?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I honestly, I do believe because of the whole pandemic and the COVID lockdown, we were, we're all parents, we
Yeah.
all went through home-based learning
HBL,
for the
magic word.
for the
yeah.
longest time,
Right.
and obviously we were not going out as much as we used to. So kids are always on the tablets, phones,
Yes,
iPads,
yes.
playing games just
Tell
to
me about it.
entertain
Not like last
themselves.
time, we always play outside and
Sticks
you know,
and five
playground
stones
yeah,
and
this,
all
but
that,
now
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
did you play outside a lot?
Yeah, last time when I was small.
Didn't go to school, huh?
Yeah, I never go to
Are you
school.
the Ponteng school type?
Shh, I'm professional Ponteng. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. So I feel like, our lifestyle, it's so different to the
Yes.
current generation
absolutely,
now. I
absolutely.
mean, I do feel guilty sometimes when I tell my
Why?
kids, like, no, because I feel like they should be going out more and having,
But no.
exposing to nature, and they're just like, I just want to play Roblox.
Because now a lot of different already. You see, every now a lot of kids they want to stay in the room because got aircon.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and of
true.
course what they play, you never play Barbie doll or this. They all play iPhone, iPad. You know, now a lot of those games. You know, Barbie
But
doll
look,
you
like,
can
we
fix
weren't
different
that
dress.
great
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I think back in our day, we were about the same age, I think.
No.
I think so.
You are younger.
I think so. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll work with that. But I think back in my day,
Okay.
and somewhat yours,
Yeah.
at least our folks were telling us not to put our faces in front of TV screens.
Yes, my dad used to say
Yes.
that.
And those were tube TVs,
And he
you
would
know?
say,
Yeah.
do you want to go cross-eyed?
Hey,
You want to
Tonya.
go cross-eyed looking at the TV? What,
Hey,
face
Tonya.
back a little bit.
Sit back.
Yeah,
Tonya,
but
sit back.
we were glued to TV screens, like our
Yeah.
kids are glued to computer screens now.
Yeah, now my kids are doing this all
Yeah,
the time.
because
I'm
I
like,
remember last time my parents say, okay, maybe 2 meter or 3 meter away.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now the kid is all like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 inches away.
No, lah, not like that, lah.
No, sometimes they play game until
they
very
do,
excited,
they do.
you know.
My kids do
Like
that.
this?
My
Yeah.
daughters
You're
do.
kidding me, right?
And
Yeah, you got kids or not?
Excuse me, why am I here on this show? Of course, I'm a parent.
Yeah, no, why your kid play like that? Play like that? Play like that? Of course
No,
not, what,
he's
they
not
play like
like
that.
But he definitely doesn't do like
No,
this.
they are slowly from here until here, then until here. Yeah, trust me.
I'll be on the
Yeah.
lookout for that.
Yeah, trust me. You
Yeah.
better be
So
careful.
far, so
Well,
good.
anyway, here's another quiz for you guys. So let's try and figure this one out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So by 2050,
Mm.
it is projected that certain percent of all Singaporeans adults will be myopic,
Mm-hmm.
and up to a quarter of these individuals may have high myopia,
Mm.
defined as myopia of 6 diopters, 600 degrees or greater in each
Oh,
eye.
wow.
Yeah, so can you guys guess that percentage in 2050?
2050?
Yeah.
70?
We'll be.
80%.
How old are we then? How old are we all then? 60 plus already.
Yeah, don't talk about age lah. Yeah, I'm still so young. I'm only 25. What?
50, you know, darling.
I know.
2050.
I reckon by then our generation means my kids, my grandkids are so. I'm guessing.
2050, we won't be. Hopefully,
75%.
we're still around.
Because
right?
now I believe
75%, I
I
would
mean,
say.
we're looking at 65% for kids now, right?
Yeah.
By that time, we'll probably be seeing more than 80% perhaps.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's
maybe.
just check out the stats, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's 80%.
Aha, there we go.
80 to 90%. Oh my God.
Okay.
That's not good.
100%.
90% is not good, man.
That's not good.
It
God,
is
let's hope
serious.
COVID is over by 2050, guys.
So I think we should find out when we call an expert on what this diop.
Well, you know what? We're
What was that
actually
again?
going into the next part of the show where we're going to bring an expert on.
Yeah.
So I would
Diopters.
love to invite Dr. Marcus to give us his talk on from an expert's point of view. So hello, Dr.
Yay!
Marcus. How are you?
Hi. Thanks
Welcome
for
to the
having
show.
me.
No, we're very happy to have you here. So
Oh,
tell
which
us.
is mean slowly all the eyes doctor will earn more money.
Tell you
Correct.
something. He's an eye doctor.
Yeah.
A lot of ladies watching this show right now
Yeah.
is probably seeing him as eye candy too.
Yeah.
Too kind.
His
But anyway.
number is 912.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, let's go a little bit serious here. So, Dr. Marcus, tell us a little bit more about yourselves to our audience.
Oh, thanks. So my name is Marcus Ang. I'm a senior consultant ophthalmologist at the Singapore National Eye Centre. I'm also the clinical director of the Myopia Centre.
Oh.
And of course, it's not just my job. I'm also personally invested because I have 2 young kids, 5 and 2. So this is something that's close to my heart.
Okay, ladies, it's taken. You heard that? Okay.
Okay, sorry, cannot introduce anymore. But, guys. So, moms and dads, if you have any questions for Dr. Ang, please do leave them in the comments, and we will try to get them answered at the end of the session today in the Q&A. So, Dr. Marcus, let's just get straight to the basics. So, what is myopia?
Yeah, so I think that's an important first question. So essentially, myopia is elongation of the eyeball such that the eye is permanently elongated and images at the distance become blurry and now images only in front of you are in focus essentially. But it's not just elongation of the eye leading to blurry images. The elongation of the eye also predisposes the eye to complications when you're later on in life. So even though a child is unable to focus for distance, when he becomes an adult, he or she becomes an adult, then that can lead to potentially blinding complications.
Oh.
So you're basically on the road to blindness if you don't take care of
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
this. This is something that's not
Serious.
from our parents' generation. Do you remember our parents' generation is all about glaucoma?
Yeah.
Now it's myopia for
Yeah.
our children's
No, but
generation.
when Dr. Marcus all of a sudden he said blindness, it woke me up
Yeah,
a little
I
bit.
know. I'm a bit like, whoa, that's not fun. That's not funny
It's
at
not
all.
funny, no.
No.
Okay. If there any like how many degree you have, you will get more dangerous and dangerous. Like 150 to 300, 300 to 600, 300 and above.
Yes, that's a very excellent question. So basically, when we divide myopia, you mentioned about degrees or diopters. Essentially, that is the power of the eye. So as the degrees go up, not like a medical degree or PhD degree.
Okay.
These are like degrees of the eye, referring to the power of the eye. And as the degree goes up and the myopia increases, then the risk of these blinding complications, of course, increases. However, I think that one misconception is that, so if my myopia is only 100 degrees or 200 degrees, then I'm less likely to get blinding conditions. But that is true, but you still are at risk. So any myopia is bad myopia, essentially. That's what we're trying to get the word
Has
out.
there been, just curious, Doc, has there ever been cases of people with suffering from myopia that eventually really became blind?
Of course, and in fact, I think that's the sad part of our jobs. We see that almost every day because basically,
Whoa, are you serious? Here
Wow.
in Singapore?
yes,
Every
of
day.
course,
Wow.
Singapore is the capital of myopia of the world, and I think
Why
that
everything one number one, Singapore?
we're really number
This
one.
one also one number one.
Yeah, we're really number one. And I
Oh.
think what's scary also is that, if we have kids who are high, you show those stats earlier,
Yeah.
kids at this age are already getting myopia. When they become adults and they get high myopia, that's when the
Oh.
complications kick in.
Okay. Any symptom?
So unfortunately, a lot of these complications in the early stage have no symptoms. So that's why we often encourage our kids and our adults who have high myopia to come in for regular checks. See your optometrist, eye doctor, because a lot of these do not have symptoms in the early stages.
Okay.
How do your kids find out that your kid got myopia? How do you find out?
Well,
I don't know. I mean, I suppose when we talk to our children, if they complain about vision issues, hey, this one I cannot see this.
Yeah.
Daddy, something is wrong. But then again, there's another side of the spectrum as well, where you have teens or those in the early teens who might not even tell you, I think there's something, or even if we were to ask, how's your eyesight? Is everything okay with you?
no, my girls will actually go, yeah, I can't read that, Mom. And I'm like, what? And it'd be like something like the screen in front of us right now. And I'll go, you're 10. You're supposed to be like, so yeah, I noticed they're starting to squint a little bit.
Right.
And then like that, yeah, definitely the squinting is one symptom I noticed. And then the comments were coming like, yeah, I can't really read that. So then we went for a checkup 2 weeks ago. And then the optometrists were telling them like, you cannot live without glasses. This is not good.
You got 2 girls, right?
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
then I said to you today when they put the glasses on, wow, Mommy, they didn't realize that they were actually living with this sort of symptoms for a while.
Here's the difference, Doc, because she got 2 girls, I've got a boy. And boys and dads, I think the reactions are a little different. Don't get me wrong, we're tight as anything else,
Yeah.
But then again, reactions different.
Yeah.
The boy will go, no, I'm fine, I'm cool. Right? And you
Try to
won't get
act
the
cool,
truth.
ah.
Yeah.
Try to act
So
cool.
mummy's always worked better.
No, but I also noticed when she reads a book, my eldest girl, she wasn't like, I mean, I remember being young, and this is the level I read at. She was doing this. And I was like, what the hell are you reading?
You're
It's
really
so
kidding
close.
me, man. This is the first I'm really
I'm very observant with them. Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
No, mine is different. Suddenly my daughter comes and says, oh, hey, Papa, you look more handsome. What's the problem?
Oh, yeah,
you look more
problem, yeah,
handsome.
problem.
And my son said,
Problem,
Papa,
problem.
yeah, you also look handsome. Then go eye check. Wow.
Big problem. If
250. That's why I look handsome. After I put on, Papa, you look like that. So my one is different, yeah.
Okay. So how can we then prevent early intervention, Dr. Ang?
Yeah. So basically, I think the key to tackling myopia is really prevention. So I think we're talking about 2 different aspects here. One is how can we prevent our young children, age 5, 6, 7, from even developing myopia. And so there are some key strategies that we can use. We would like to encourage them to spend more time outdoors.
Right.
There are many clinical trials that suggest that spending 2 to 3 hours outdoors every day would help to prevent the onset of myopia.
Okay, silly question I'm going to
Yes.
ask you, since you mentioned outdoors.
Yes.
Would it mean, therefore, that looking at certain colors, for
Yes.
example, when you're outdoors,
Yes.
does it help in some sense?
That's a great question because I think this is something which our older generation used to tell us. Look
Yeah.
at green things.
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
yeah,
trees
yeah,
far
yeah,
away.
yeah, exactly,
And actually,
exactly.
these things didn't come from nowhere. I think what these things were trying to suggest is that you spend more time outdoors, looking far away,
Right.
rather than being indoors and reading your
Correct,
books.
that's true.
So it's
So look at the
nothing to do
trees.
with colour.
It's not actually the colors.
Okay.
It's
It's
actually
just what
looking.
they-
It's just
Go
nice.
with
Singapore is a lot of tree lah.
Okay, like
Yeah,
debunking
flower.
a myth, I
Did you
suppose.
did you guys grow up? So okay, when I was growing up, I had a Cantonese grandmother, and she would boil me soup, and then she's always putting goji berries inside.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And then she'll tell you,
goji.
you have to eat this. It's very
Good
good
for
for your
eyes.
eyes. Do you guys
Goji
remember
berries, what
that?
you call that? Huh?
枸杞子.
Okay, the
Yeah.
Yeah,
red
the red
stuff.
color thing
The
lah.
small little red
Yeah.
like
Right.
beans,
Yeah.
and she'll tell me you have to eat that. It's very good for your
Yes.
eyesight. It's very good for
Yeah.
your eyesight. So
My
this-
grandma also tell me that.
My
Yeah,
mum
yeah.
You
always
must,
gives me that.
you must eat that, you must drink that, so you got perfect eyesight.
Yeah.
So next time you find your wife more beautiful one. See clearly first. Yeah. But it worked. It worked.
So how
good
old were you when you
motivation.
started wearing glasses?
I starting about secondary 3.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe because I don't like study. That's why I get myopia very late. Maybe lah, I don't know. But one day I find out that I cannot see the car number very clearly. Then I go and check. Even until now, my degree was one is 150, the other one is 175.
Oh, that's not
Wow.
very high.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that considered high?
okay.
No, that's not very high.
No, not very high.
It's not very
Okay.
high.
Yeah,
no.
so what doctor say to get blind, so now I don't worry about.
Okay, Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
Let's leave Dr. Marcus to now tell us more. He's got some stuff to talk about as well.
Right.
Yes.
No, I mean, I think, back to the original question is what can we do? So basically prevention is one thing, and then of course early detection and treatment is another thing.
Right.
So once your kids, you see kids with myopia already, or they're rapidly progressing and getting more and more myopia, then there are actually treatments available. So they can be in form of eye drops. We do have treatment eye drops which you can apply daily to prevent myopia progression.
Right.
There are contact lenses now available,
Yep.
and even specialized glasses.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so these are all available from your eye care practitioners, optometrists, eye doctors. But I think the first step really is to recognize it, like you guys have described. Paying close attention to your kids, looking out for some symptoms where they can't read anymore, and then
Right.
getting them to have their eyes checked. Yeah.
Right.
So is there anything that can cure myopia?
So unfortunately,
Possible?
Yeah, so unfortunately, like I showed in the first slide, actually the elongation of the eyeball is permanent. So it's a bit like, something that's irreversible. So I think,
Wow.
that's something that we're trying to drive home as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something that our kids have to, may not be so aware of because they're young. So as parents, we have to drill it into them or to take responsibility for that.
Sure.
Because once they're myopic and they become adults and then they suddenly become aware, it's too late. They're already myopic.
Okay.
So-
but I'm so sorry.
No, you go
But would you think that, or is it true in any sense that myopia is hereditary? Is it hereditary?
Good question. as
Yes,
well.
it is. So there is a huge genetic. So all the stuff that I said about spending less time on your computer or your handphones, spending more time outdoors, that's environmental. But there's a huge genetic factor. So for
Right.
example, whenever a kid comes into our clinic, we do ask routinely, what is your myopia of your parents, both your father and mother. And so, for example, if both your father and mother have very high myopia, then it's more likely that your child will have myopia.
Oh, this is what we call 遗传, is it?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Well, I have stigmatism and both my girls have it. So,
Congrats.
So sorry, mommy, sorry, I have really bad eyesight. So I, from what you're telling me, I guess it sounds like what we have to really drill into the audience today, to all the parents. We have to treat eye appointments like going to the dentist every 6 months in a way, right? Like it's just as important as your teeth, your eyes. I think that's something that we always don't really pay attention to. Like I have to be honest, like I don't check my eyes that often either, compared to going to the dentist or going for a routine medical checkup. So I think this is something we have to remind people that it's up to us parents to actually go, all right, have to be consistent in making appointments and just making sure we're on top of things in terms of health and eyesight as well, right?
And
Exactly.
speaking of parents, I think it's really good because I'm looking at the chat room right now.
Okay.
And we have some questions from some parents. I'm going to direct this to Dr. Marcus, of course. How early can a kid start to really go for eye checks?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So that's a really good question. Actually, we're really fortunate in Singapore because we have the National Myopia Prevention Program. So actually, I'm sure you know this, all our kids who are attending school, they get their eyes and vision checked regularly.
Right.
But of course, starting from the age of 6, even in kindergartens, we already start, with the help of the
Kindergarten?
government.
Which is 4 or 5 years old.
That's right.
Yeah.
And basically, the so-called window of opportunity to prevent myopia from progressing is 6 to 7 years old, because by the time they reach primary 1, that's when they start studying.
Yes.
That's when you can't run away from reading, and that's when the myopia progresses. So early detection, it's never too early to check.
Okay.
Okay.
There are 2 questions about this. It's quite interesting. How about ortho care? Does it work to eliminate myopia? When can the kids start using ortho care? What is ortho care?
So that's a really good question. So that's something which recently has gained a lot of popularity. It's essentially a hard, rigid contact lens which you put into your eyes overnight. Okay.
Really?
And it reshapes. Yeah. So
I
it
don't
kind
know,
of like
the thought
reshapes.
of contact lenses overnight makes you go, ugh. Because
Yeah.
I've had some nights where I slept in them, so
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So that's one of the disadvantages. I think for many years, orthokeratology was used in adults or older people so that they don't have to wear glasses in the day. So for example, if Mark popped them in at night, he'll wake up in the morning, take off the hard lenses, and then he won't have to wear glasses, right?
But I think the children, maybe when they take out the contact lens, what we said, they cannot clean properly,
Yes,
or maybe
yes.
some of the what we say in 细菌感染. You know,
that's
you
right.
cannot clean the lens.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
that's one of the
that's one of the
consider.
But it works.
There seem to be some concern. You know, I've seen one or two questions coming online. Parents were saying, were asking, if this is the case, if once your eyeball, correct me if I'm wrong, pardon me for my ignorance again, because I'm not the expert you are, once it starts to get elongated, and you cannot, it's irreversible. So eye drops, this is what they say, eye drops and let me see now, correction glasses or lenses will not therefore help reduce it.
Yes, it won't. So basically,
So what's the point of having it?
correct. So all these treatments and devices and contact lenses, they are meant to provide myopia control. So for example, if you didn't do anything,
Right.
a child might progress 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way to 1,000 degrees, right? Which is what we don't want to do, right? But if we detect children early and they're only at 100 degrees, then with the interventions, you can reduce this by up to 50%. So let's say if you are destined for 1,000 degrees,
Right.
then you'll be 4 to 500, which is, you know, considered low to moderate myopia.
So this is more like an intervention or stop loss.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's right.
okay.
So if there any like you have myopia, how many degree then you will encourage to start to put on the glasses?
Yeah.
Maybe 50, 75 or
Yeah.
150?
Yes, so that's a very good question as well. So in a young child, I mean, as long as the child's function is affected, then we would say please start wearing glasses. In fact, there was a time long ago where people used to undercorrect on purpose or prevent people from wearing glasses. You know, there's this tale that goes around saying, if you wear glasses, then you start wearing glasses, then you have to wear glasses for life. Your eyesight will get worse. You know, but actually it's reversed. If you don't correct it, then myopia can progress. So we encourage it.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess our role as parents is very big in this.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Massive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, one more thing. Children, like children, if they have this myopia, about maybe 250 or 350, they can go and do the LASIK for
So-
children.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I'm a LASIK surgeon, so I get this a lot as well. So basically, I mean, we wouldn't encourage laser refractive surgery for anyone who's younger than 21. You know, because the eye continues to grow even until that age.
After 21, then thinking about
right.
doing the.
That's right, that's
okay.
right. So we
But
want
is LASIK really effective?
Well, it's effective in terms of getting rid of your glasses. So if you don't want to wear glasses anymore for myopia, then LASIK is a very effective surgery.
But the eyeball, right? What you say, the eyeball is
Exactly.
circles, but you do LASIK, your eyeball still circle or
Still elongated.
oh,
So
okay.
It's basically irreversible. Once it goes long, it cannot come back already.
Cannot
Yeah.
squeeze, become
Oh
more.
God,
Cannot
unless you go for eye transplant,
Boy,
I don't know.
That's right.
Is it really seriously?
I don't know. That's
Squeezing
why.
down?
Come, I squeeze for you.
Well, actually, you know, it's a common question actually, because patients who had LASIK, you know, would then come to me and say, oh, you know, my myopia is cured, but actually that's not true, because the shape of the eyeball remains the same. It's just that you don't have to wear glasses.
You will come back again after you doing the LASIK?
That's actually also a very common
Wow.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends. It depends.
Depends.
Yes. on the
How you
patient.
take care of your eyes.
Yes.
So
Alright,
you've definitely given us a lot to think about now. Because
Yeah.
I'm literally
Yeah.
going to go home and drill it into my girls today. Like, don't take your glasses off unless you shower or go to bed. You know, but it's not. Yeah.
But you know what, guys? I think an important question to ask Dr. Marcus would be, by your experience, of course, in your profession, and every day you have patients coming to see you, how many of them really are kids that have been sent to you? Parents really sent them to you? Is it a prevalent thing? Is a lot of them coming to you?
So
Because we see 65% of our kids have myopia.
Yeah, so actually, obviously, I'm biased because I am in a tertiary center,
Right.
I'm a myopia center, so I see a lot of parents, a lot of kids. But
Okay.
I think the reality is this: I think that we can do better. I think we can do more. I mean, we have the national program which helps us as parents. But as parents, I mean, even as a parent myself, I do find it extremely challenging to constantly drill into my kids. Don't do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Spend more time outdoors. Mark was saying just now, he used to play outdoors all the time. I used to play outdoors
Yeah,
all the
we all
time as
did.
well.
All of us did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our kids now, because of COVID, because of this,
Yeah.
the times,
Yeah.
they don't anymore. It's
Yeah.
so difficult as parents to engage our children to do more. And to get your eyes checked is a huge investment of time on our part to do
Right.
that. So,
Eyes check every 6 months. Okay.
Would you say that's the ideal time? Always
I
every
think 6 months to a year. I think
Okay.
doing one baseline check and then getting the eye care professional or the eye doctor to
go to
advise
the
you.
real
Yeah, you go like,
detailed
oh,
check.
don't worry, you can come back 2 years later. At least have that baseline check.
In your opinion, do you think we're seeing enough of these parents sending their kids for these checkups?
Well, like I said, I think we can do more. I think that we rely a lot on the school system, on the national programs, but as
Yeah.
parents ourselves, I think we could probably do
Yeah.
maybe add in 1 or 2 proper checks,
Yeah.
once in a while, just to make sure everything's okay.
So you think that this ought to be really something that parents should put in as an important aspect of life for their kids, as much as buying the uniforms
Yeah.
for at the end of the year, getting the school books for the following year.
Absolutely.
It's got to be a checklist. It's got to be in the checklist. That
Yeah.
kind of checklist.
Teeth checked,
Absolutely,
eye
yeah.
checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check all lah.
Check everything hard.
Check all. Then the parent just give check lah. Check all lah. Huh?
Brother, no
Yeah.
check anymore, lah, brother.
Yeah.
Huh?
2021 is
Pay now.
pay now.
Everything is
now.
pay now. lah.
I like traditional mah. But anyway, okay, if there are any children that every 6 months go and check, their degree is increased like, wow, 300, 400
Oh.
in 6 months.
Yeah.
Is there?
So, generally speaking, if a child's myopia increases by more than 100 degrees or 1 diopter per
Every
year,
6 months.
per year,
Per year.
that's already considered sort of like a progressor.
Wow.
And we would already start to talk to the parents about one of those interventions which we already
So,
discussed.
and then have you had patients where you discover, okay, these kids have myopia, it's at 100, and they started wearing glasses, right? And then they come in 6 months later. Does it still progress, or do you see that it's sort of maintained and it's not gotten worse?
So I think for most kids, if they're on the correct treatment, it's actually quite effective. I mean, the efficacy, as you can read from the papers, are anywhere between 60, 70, even 80%. So they are effective. The other question would be how compliant are the children to it? So for example, if we prescribe eye drops, are they willing to let the parents put it in? Are the parents putting them in every night?
Right,
That
right.
takes discipline as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So I mean, these are the sort of the nuances.
It's the habit of
to-
like brushing your teeth before you go to bed, just
Correct.
having that sort of routine every day.
Correct.
Have we got more questions?
Yeah,
You
have we
wanna-
got loads of questions.
I can see it. It's
Popping up.
I'm sorry, guys, we can't go through all, but I will
Yes.
pick some, so forgive us, okay? There's a question here that's interesting enough. What lux level is recommended for reading books at home during the night time? Some is orange. Some people say orange lights, some white light. So what would you say, Doctor?
Okay, so this is a really good question. I think there's a lot of research done around lights, intensity, as well as colors. In fact, a very interesting trial was just published in a very reputable journal, scientific journal, just this month, suggesting that low red light actually prevents myopia progression. And that is something that
red light.
yes, and that's something literally hot off the press, like
Okay.
maybe a week ago.
Low red light.
Yes, and so for
So
just
interesting, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
and for decades, people have been looking at purple light, blue light, different wavelengths, and whether it affects myopia
Yes.
progression. And I can tell you, in summary, none of them have been conclusive.
Right.
Wow.
So in terms of intensity in general, of course, we do encourage just reading or doing your activities in bright light. But the color and wavelength doesn't really seem to matter from a scientific point of view, at least.
Okay.
Someone said that there is an expert group argument that we can train the eyes with refocusing exercise programs and thereby reversing the elongation, like any muscular therapy. You said, Dr. Marcus, you said that it's irreversible.
Yes.
But apparently
Yes.
there are groups
Yes.
talking about this. So, what in your opinion, what do you think?
Yes, so those groups exist. There is a lot of claims on this.
Right.
I would just be a bit careful when interpreting such claims. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So be careful. Don't listen to rubbish.
It is interesting. It is interesting, and I think that I think this is a good time to bring this up. I think that as parents as well, as concerned parents, we live in the world of information
Yeah.
and misinformation.
Yeah.
And you know, we come out, you know, in fact, we just came out in the Straits Times a couple of months ago to try and, you know, clarify certain positions on
Right.
myopia control. And I think that it's inevitable, right? You pick up the phone, you Google, you know, and then basically it's whatever you hit first. And there are people who say stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them are very convincing. So I think as parents, it's a very difficult time. In fact, our position is this, you know, clarify with your eye doctor, clarify with your eye care. Read it, yes, take it in. You know, people are going to say all kinds of things, but clarify. You know, just check it out. Don't just go straight to the source. You know, you know, there's so much stuff out there, not
So
just
much
eye care,
fake
right?
news out there.
There's a lot of
Just
fake news,
want
yeah.
to be careful. Just want to be careful. Yeah.
So just to summarize, what would you say would be some eye care tips for parents out here in preventing myopia?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like as we already mentioned before, you know, if you can encourage your kids to spend more time outdoors, just like when we were younger. You know, the prescription is 2 hours per day. That might be very challenging for all of us. But they're already spending an hour and a half.
Walk in the botanical gardens shouldn't be too hard. It takes about a good 2 hours anyway.
There's a question that's been flashed on on our screen.
Okay.
I'm seeing that there's questions like this. I hope I can decipher this right or interpret this right. I have seen that within a month or 2 months, the number, I would take a degree, increased from 75 to 200 degrees. So let me see, if it is around 200 degrees, and it will not interrupt with glasses, etc., will it go very fast?
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is something which is very common, of course. I think what's relevant is the age of this individual, whether it's a child or adult.
Right.
I think my first thing would be, please have your degree or your myopia checked by a trained professional first. Sometimes you can walk into a shop and have an estimation which may falsely overestimate your myopia. Okay, and this is notoriously true for young individuals, so teenagers, young adults, and that's due to the accommodation of the eye. So basically, if the optometrist just takes an estimation, or when you're tired, when you're straining your eyes and you're not relaxed, your degree can appear to jump from 75 to 200. So that would be the first step. And if his or her degree is truly increasing to 200, then of course you have the eye care professional or eye doctor right in front of you, and then they can give you the advice. But I would definitely say, first step, get it checked properly first.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Do we have any other questions? I'm sure we've seen a lot of questions popping up today.
Actually, it's quite a number.
I even am thinking about a lot of things here right now since I'm a mom.
Thanks, very good.
About things like pinhole glasses. Does it help reduce myopia? When should I take my child to see an optometrist or ophthalmologist? Someone went, low red light, really? So you know, lighting and all that. I mean, so far I think we've covered most of it.
Yes.
There's one though I think we should talk about. While using laptops or tablets for a long time, how about reading glasses? Is it recommended for kids as well?
With the glasses.
Yeah, that's
With the glasses.
that's a really interesting question. I think that, you know, if you look at some of the optical correction for myopia control in terms of glasses, actually a lot of the technology is in a very simple way similar to reading glasses, sort of. Okay, but it's obviously much more complex in terms of design than that. But in general, we do not recommend reading glasses for kids to wear reading glasses when they're on their Zoom and their laptops. But you know, I think more importantly is to allow them to have frequent breaks. You know, I think we can't run. We talked about it just now. Even their homework is on laptops, on iPads now. You know, my 5-year-old is like came home the other day. Is like, oh, you know, now I know how to use the iPad.
E-learning, everything.
I mean, in the old days, we all were doing homework. We were handwriting. Handwriting.
But now
none of us are staring at screens, so we're always seeing colors and things. You know.
Or actually, we weren't doing homework, so it's better.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I was doing homework.
That's exactly it. See, that's the reason why I'm 6'6" eyesight.
Yeah, perfect vision.
I still have perfect vision.
Yeah, because you didn't do any homework.
Yeah, exactly. Study, Brian.
Okay, now
Study.
I think now we're sending the wrong message.
Wrong, yeah.
Wrong message.
Okay.
Hey, we don't want to put it out there. Study hard, guys.
Study hard. Don't follow this guy, okay? And
Okay,
especially that guy.
so there's any solution about this myopia control?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, back to the original question, which is basically, I think the challenge really as parents is for us to have that balance, right? We know our kids need to study.
Yes.
So, whenever I speak to my patients or my patients' parents, when they come in as a family, I say, look, you can't run from reading. You love reading, you have to read. Then where are you going to get your breaks? How are you going to help empower your children, even when they reach 12, 11, to basically spend less time reading? So you have to cut something, right? It's a bit like when we eat. We can't eat everything. Right? We need to cut something. So basically, that's how we sort of like speak to parents, limit the number of game hours, try and encourage them to go outdoors more, cycling, whatever you can do, whenever it's safe.
If there anything like, okay, we do homework, then like, don't know how many minutes, so you have to look out your window and don't know how far is it, for how long.
So I mean, in general, people say this a lot. I think it's a good thing to remember. Kids can help to remember, every 20 minutes, take, a 20-second break, make sure you look far away, things like that. But, beyond that, I think it just helps people remember. But what we're trying to say is take breaks.
I think an important takeaway for anyone watching the show, including for us here,
of course,
would be, sending our kids for regular eye checks. Now, admittedly, I've never done that until just recently. And I sent my boy for an eye check. Now, wonderful thing is that he's 6'6" too. Power, brother. So my father also 6'6". This father also 6'6". My son also 6'6". Power, but never mind. So I sent him
Later
for a
I give
check.
the ang pao lah, so happy.
Thank you. Can give me so I take. I can take one, no problem. Okay, so when we sent him for that check, we've discovered this. Pardon me, I forgot what it's called, but it's something binocular, something, and it gave me quite a fright, to be honest. So I think, really, for me, the key takeaway is sometimes we as parents and as normal people, and we're not doctors like you, we can't tell.
Yeah.
Right? So we've got to send our kids for this check. Otherwise, I would not have known about this issue.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
At
Though he
least
had
that-
6'6" vision.
At least that first baseline check, at least, and then you're reassured that everything is fine.
Yeah.
And usually the eye doctor or the eye care professional will then tell you, okay, come back 5 years later.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not going to bother you. But if you've never done it before.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Ang, for being with us here today. It was super insightful. I'm sure I learned a lot.
Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this?
What you want?
We look into the camera.
Yeah.
And all the viewers are there. And then we say this at the count of 3, okay? Send your kid for eye check up. Okay?
Really?
Send your kid for eye check up.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, can't just do
One.
that.
Okay lah.
So childish.
One.
Never mind, just do-
Okay,
come.
1, 2, 3. Send your kids for eye check up. Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you very much, Dr. Ang.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
大家好，我是李国煌。我一直都很担心我儿子马森的视力，因为他和我一样有近视眼。他现在不管看什么东西都需要看到那么靠近，脸呢都差一点贴住书本了。
普通的单光镜片只能矫正视力、看清事物。我推荐马生佩戴最新的 Essilor Stellus 镜片，它能延缓近视加深，平均达67%。
各位家长，我们需要早点行动，用 Essilor Stellus 镜片可以帮助小孩减缓近视度数加深。
They grow so fast. With standard lenses, myopia can grow as fast as they do. Essilor Stellus lenses slow down myopia progression by 67% on average. Ask your eye care practitioner.
That was adorable.
Of course, thank you.
Very nice. Is that your son inside?
Of course, my son.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my wife's son also.
Was that you?
Of course, lah.
Was that you, Ned?
Of course, this is mine.
You look so handsome today.
Oh, got makeup. Now also have makeup lah, but different makeup artist. Okay.
So
yeah.
from what I heard, your son's myopia progressed pretty badly, is it?
Yes,
Within 6
yes.
months. So tell us about that.
Okay, so of course just now, like what I say, my son suddenly tell me I'm handsome, so I know the problem coming. So we go for eye check. So eye check already, I think is about, they tell me it's about 100 or 125 something. Then after that, we just do a glasses for him.
Right.
So we just, like what normal parent. We were never used to it to use like 6 months go and eye check. So after maybe 9 months or 1 year, then we go and check again. Oh, within 9 months to 1 year, he will increase about 100 to 120.
Wow.
So which is
Okay.
very serious.
Okay.
So end up, they introduced me what myopia control lenses
Okay.
to do the eyes. Then after that, we check his eyes 6 months again. He increased about 30 or 40. The control.
So it was
control
quite
again.
controlled
Right,
then.
okay.
So now, because it's quite, for my son, okay, at first he sit behind still okay. Then sit further, okay. Then behind cannot see already. So which is
Poor
mean we
thing.
know his degree was increased.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? We got actually another expert
Yeah.
here with us today from the world's market leader in ophthalmic lenses. Please welcome Essilor spokesperson, Miss Kok Charlene, right? Yes. Hi.
Charlene.
Thank you for joining us here.
Hello,
Thank you
hi,
so much.
Charlene.
Thanks for being here to give us more insights, more
Yes.
points of view, puns, all completely intended.
Well, just tell us a little bit about yourself first to our audience.
Okay, sure. Hi everyone, my name is Charlene. I'm the Education and Professional Services Manager from Essilor Amera. So I'm an optometrist and I'm also a mummy to a 9-year-old boy who is also myopic. Yeah, so I guess, we are kind of in the same boat together probably with a lot of our viewers, listening in today. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about these lenses because now Mark's saying
Yeah.
he's praising these lenses, saying it actually controlled it. So tell us more about that and what Essilor is all about.
Yeah.
Okay. So Essilor Stellus lens is a breakthrough innovation to control myopia progression. It's Essilor's best lens solution to slow down the progression of myopia for children. Yeah. So our 2 years clinical studies have shown that Essilor Stellus lens, due to its technology, the HALT technology, it's able to it demonstrates 67% myopia reduction or myopia control when worn for 12 hours, compared to the single vision lenses.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So there's a
Okay.
huge difference in that from being normal to and myopia
Yeah,
control lenses.
Yeah, that's what we call 单光镜片, right?
单光镜。
Okay, I'm lost. Are you lost?
Okay, I'm lost.
I'm lost.
Single light lens, 单光镜片, single light lens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. very,
Single
very
light
cool.
lens. Okay.
Okay,
So
so
after my son wearing the glasses with the lens, so I think the first 2 or 3 days I feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So not really like 很辛苦 or very uncomfortable.
yeah, my girls will say they feel a little bit dizzy.
A little bit, but
Yeah.
after 3 days to 5 days, yeah, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really relate.
Yeah, because you overage, right?
Yeah.
You cannot put on the lenses already. Yeah.
Okay, so just tell us more about these lenses and how great they are for the children and everything, please.
Yeah, well, okay. So, actually, maybe before we jump in straight into, the lens itself,
Right.
myopia control, as what we've heard from Dr. Ang earlier, there are various methods, including contact lenses, autokeratology, or auto-K lenses, where, kids put, where they wear it at night and then they remove it the next day, or there are also those special design soft contact lenses.
Yep.
Then we also have atropine eye drop, where you need to instill daily. By the way, do you know that with atropine eye drop, these kids, while atropine eye drop aims to help to slow down the eyeball progression, therefore, in that way, it helps to slow down myopia, but it does not correct the degree. It does not make you see sharp. So if kids who are on atropine eye drop, they will still need a pair of glasses to be able to
Okay.
see far.
Yep.
And of course, then we have the special design myopia control spectacle lens.
Okay.
Like the Essilor Stellus lens that Markson has tried on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I just want to ask you a question. Say your child's eyesight is at 175, right? The myopia, and then they're wearing glasses. They're doing the drops. Can the degree actually go down or not really?
Okay, in most of the cases, if
Like a tiny bit or not really? I'm just asking. I'm just curious. Like
yeah,
I know Dr. Ang says it's irreversible, but I'm just wondering
Yes.
if there's any sort of slight improvements.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that is once the child is truly myopic already, I guess it's irreversible. Sometimes why parents bring their kids for eye check and they realize, oh, actually the degree seem to have dropped a little bit.
Right.
It's actually because it's either probably previously the child was overprescribed on their glasses.
Okay.
So that's why it's very important to bring your child to visit like eye care practitioners who like your optometrists and opticians will be able to test your eyes. In fact, for convenience, we actually have this island-wide locator. Yeah, it's being shown on the screen with the QR code. So parents, probably you can take a screenshot of this QR code and then, try to check it out later, because this is where you can find myopia expert who will be able to advise you on what are the best solution that is suitable for your child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so sometimes, there's also, it happens but rarely, that these kids, because they are, just now we were talking a lot about how they are so engrossed in near work that, the eye muscles goes into like a spasm, like tightness. Like how you go to the gym,
Right.
I ask you to take a
Then
dumbbell.
you get the pump.
Yeah, you do it like, 1 kilo for 5 minutes and you still feel like, wow, but you try to do it for like, 6 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, the 1 kilo doesn't feel like, 1 kilo anymore. It probably
Yeah.
feel like a sack of rice, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So the eye muscles sometimes goes into this like jam. Okay, and then so these kids, they may display this kind of all sorts of different eye behaviors. So until they visit your optometrist, your optician, or your ophthalmologist to check their eyes, then the real situation of the myopia, the real amount of myopia is revealed. Then you realize, oh, actually, it has dropped. But actually, that was the actual myopia level. So from then on, it's important that you bring them back for regular examination, because that's where we want to monitor the progression of the myopia.
Okay, we actually had Dr. Marcus Ang earlier on, and there was what I'm about to ask you is something kind of similar to what we were asking him. My son he's quite a sporty kind of guy. He's involved in school sports and all, and also e-sports. E-sports is an in thing now, right?
What is e-sports? Sports?
Getting online, in front of your screen, playing
they're playing
Roblox,
Roblox,
and
right.
Minecraft and stuff,
Yeah.
And they can go on for hours doing stuff like that. Now, naturally, as a parent, I am concerned. Yeah. Is there any way for a parent like me to spot that he's having issues with his eyes without having to visit the optical shop?
Well, in situations like this, by the way, how old is your son again?
He is 12, going 13 next year.
Okay, all right. Well, at that age, it depends. Some kids, when kids are younger, usually they are not able to verbalize, the way they see the world, how clear it is. And therefore, it's usually until the stage where parents find that, they start adopting funny head position, they start to squint their eyes, or you ask them to look at something and they just go
They
nearer.
kind of normalize what
Yeah.
they think is normal.
Yeah.
Which is what I was trying to express
they were
earlier
normal.
on.
That's why I said
Yeah.
today, my daughter was like, whoa,
Yeah.
what a difference, right?
But
Because
you
they were
know what?
normalizing it.
More so with boys, I would think.
Yeah.
I may be generalizing that, but more so with boys.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm good. The ego thing comes out.
Yeah.
And or maybe they just can't verbalize it because it's still kind of young. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Correct. So, but the older kids, they will be able to tell you that, hey, I'm not able to see clear now, or Dad, I sit in class. I'm sitting on the 4th row. I used to be able to see what the teacher writes on the board,
Right.
and now I kind of have to move nearer, or I have
Yeah.
to look at what my friend is writing, or like I'm having difficulty trying to
But
catch
is
up.
there any way, anything interesting that we can do by your experience, of course? Like, see this pen. Take a look here. How do you see? Things like that.
Check.
Something practical
check.
that we can do.
Shall check.
Well, if you are in the mood to punish your kid for doing something naughty, then do this kind of funny thing with them. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, simple things that you can do at home. I mean, of course, in the optical store or in the clinic, you
Right.
have those eye test letter chart.
ABCD.
Yeah, ABCD,
ABCD,
that you would be able to check on how well my child is seeing. But at home, sometimes what parents could do is that, like, I sometimes tell my friends who are not in the eye care trade, You know, it could be as simple as something that you paste on the wall, be it on the fridge, somewhere, you know, it's a constant size, same thing there, and then periodically stand a distance away, take a look at the small letter.
Yeah.
And, you know, just do it every now and then, like every other month. And the moment that you're like, hey, how come now, you know, he's not seeing so well?
Right. Okay.
That's a sign that something is changing. They probably have not informed the parents, but now you know that actually something has changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I'm
cool.
going to do that next month.
6 months
But they
already,
just
huh?
got their glasses today, right?
Uh-huh.
So I want to check it, you know, the following month and see. Like, it is a very good tip actually for us parents out there, right? You know.
Yes.
You just get them to
So
put
which
a
is
dartboard
also-
up and throw darts and see whether they could hit some certain
So which is
targets,
so many
right?
years we can do this in our home already. Then we still bring our children go to the opticals.
Wait. Just because I asked that question doesn't mean I'm discouraging anybody from going, okay?
That would be like just that would be the simple way that you
Simple
can.
one, you
you know,
Watch your
try.
sabun,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, so parents, please, it's still very important that you bring your kids to
Yeah.
visit eye care practitioners. You know, because your kids may not tell you that they are myopic. They won't come to you and, "Mommy, I'm myopic already."
They wouldn't know. They
They
don't know that
won't
word.
know. Yes,
won't know.
correct.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's important to pick up, like there are certain risks that probably this child, you know, is only like 5 years old and they are already like, you know, 0 or maybe going to myopia already. You know that the risk is there. So all the more that we should bring our child for frequent check, because you know, myopia is such that the younger the child becomes myopic, the faster it will progress. And you know, these kids will end up with a high myopia in their teens, in their adulthood, and this is exactly what we want to prevent.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So why don't you tell us more about these lenses, these magic lenses?
Yes, okay.
Essilor?
Maybe, you know, what I have today with me is this tool where probably I could use it to, you know, share with you guys a little bit more about myopia and how different type of lenses is able to help to control it. Yep, so what you see here, okay. Now, what you see here is actually the picture of an eyeball, and light rays usually come from the front. They focus right smack on the retina, and that is where we are all able to see well, to get sharp vision, right? So we've heard from Dr. Ang earlier that, you know, myopia is due to elongation of the eyeball.
Right.
So therefore, you know, when
that's
when
cool.
yeah, it's cool, huh? Yeah, I like this
So
too.
it stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not really cool, right? In a way.
Yeah, so you know, if myopia is not controlled, the eyeball will continue to elongate, you know, and as the child grows, and therefore leading to myopia progression. And very often, the first line of defense the first option that parents would usually go for to correct the vision of their myopic child is to use a standard, you know, lens. Yeah, there could be multiple concerns. It could be things like, you know, oh, my child is so active, he may break his glasses. I don't want to be prescribing a pair of lenses and just for him to make me replace it like 3 months down the road and stuff like that. Yep, but actually the choice of the lens that we offer to our myopic kid is so important. You know, we should not adopt a wait and see attitude, like, you know, okay, let's wait and see, you know, what happens like 6 months, 1 year down the road and see whether your myopia increase or not. I mean, we are all parents, you know, we are concerned about our kids' education. We don't do things like we look at their report card and their results are not so good and we say, okay, just wait 6 months, 12 months and see whether your result goes any worse
That's a good
before.
way of seeing it, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So we are really quick to like, okay, no, I need to give you like extra lessons, you know, maybe enrichment or more workbook. But parents tend to adopt a wait and see attitude, you know, when it comes to
The eyesight.
their eyesight, giving them proper correction. Yep, so this happens with a standard single vision lenses. Now let's take a look at this lens, Stellus lens by Essilor, which Maxon is wearing now. Yep. So the important thing with myopia is that we should not just only correct it. Correct means you just measure whatever prescription there is, put in the lens, the child can see clear, and you're like, oh, okay, happy. All right, but there's the other component to myopia management, which is the control part. Right, so we want to do something to prevent the eyeball from elongating, because when the eyeball elongates, it means that myopia is increasing.
Yes.
Right. So with this Essilor Stellus lens, thanks to the HOT technology, you know, this sends a signal in front of the retina over here, if you can see it, to prevent the eyeball from elongating.
Right.
Yeah. So compared to the standard single vision lenses that we have, you know, if you just correct and you don't control the myopia progression, there's a tendency that the myopia will increase very quickly. Yeah, but with proper intervention like the Essilor Stellus lens, you know, offer this to the child as early as possible. In fact, at the point where they are diagnosed with myopia.
Right.
Yeah, because as parents, we will be guilty of not offering something that will be beneficial for our kid. Instead of adopting the wait and see attitude.
Sure.
Yeah.
So don't procrastinate, basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. You're so right.
Yeah.
How would these Stellus lenses by Essilor actually hold up for rugged activity? For example, kids going out for PE, they got it on. Would it? I mean,
Yeah,
is
it's
it
a good question.
is robust enough?
Yes, that's right. Oh, I'm glad you asked that question because Essilor understands that for kids who are really active, safety is also very important.
Yep.
Which is why Essilor Stellus lens comes with the material of lens that is very hardy. We call it the air material. So it's important for them because when they are active, we want them to wear lenses that will not break or shatter easily.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Cool. So it's rugged.
Yes, and of course, with due to the special design of the HALT technology, the center area of a vision is clear. So it's like wearing your normal single vision lenses. And this HALT technology, the invisible lenslet that we have at the site, it does not interfere with the child's vision. So, record game, things that requires them to move around, that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
that's
an
good to
amazing
know.
lens is inside the lens. There's a lot of dot,
Yes.
circle, which is you won't affect your children's degree to increase.
Right.
He will control it about 67%, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, that's right.
Then he will control your degree. Okay, he will control the 67% to control, and he won't insult or make you see blur,
Right.
or whatever you see.
Right.
But it can control your degree.
Right.
So I think this is very amazing. I think because of the dot, that is the function, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I believe we have a QR code
Yep.
for our parents to screenshot now. So you guys, for our audience watching here tonight, you can screenshot this QR code and assess your child's myopia risk profile.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So you can.
Get your phones out, guys. Get a QR code on your
Yeah.
phones.
Yes.
Okay, and and so we also have a question there, don't we? No?
Any question?
And yeah, we have a question. So I think we should go straight into the Q&As. I think, do we have parents? We have a lot of
Yeah.
questions.
To be honest,
Yes.
man, I don't see
I would
no
really
Q&A.
like to encourage the parents to access this QR
Yes.
code
Okay.
because till now probably if you've never visited an optometrist or an eye care practitioner before,
go.
you won't know what is my child at risk of developing myopia or even high myopia in their teens. Yep. So by checking the risk assessment, going to this link to check out if your child will be at risk, then it will tell you or give you a prompt that okay, there are certain interventions that I need to take earlier, because like I've mentioned again and again.
Pardon me.
Yep. Oops. That's you.
It's okay, soon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We have some questions actually.
Okay.
Can adults use Essilor lenses to reduce myopia, or is that only effective for kids?
Okay.
Only for kids, right?
Well, okay, it's for kids because it's applicable for Mark's son.
Yes.
But actually, myopia control lenses is suitable for any myopic kid. So for Essilor Stellus lenses, we recommend for kids who are from 6 to 16 years. And I cannot emphasize enough that the sooner that you start your child on any form of a myopia control, it is better than just correcting it.
So good that you answered it that way, because it can lead us to the next question.
Yes, it is.
At what age then, therefore,
Yeah.
can
6 to 16.
a child actually start managing myopia?
Okay. Now, you should not wait till there's even though with a different myopia control options, there's a certain age guide to it, but that is only a guideline, and your eye care practitioner will be the best person to assess the child's situation, lifestyle, behavior, and then suggest the appropriate type of vision correction. And when we talk about age, as soon, or I think Dr. Ang mentioned earlier, if as soon as it starts to affect their functions, the day-to-day functions, I think that is where we should already start offering them something to help them to see well, and yet to hopefully not to let the myopia progress.
Well,
too
there seem
soon.
to be a lot of questions or concern from parents about ages. So here's the next one. You're just going to handle this. Sorry, guys, this is going to be the last question we're going to take for this show. When should I take my child to see an optometrist versus an ophthalmologist?
Okay. Now, in Singapore, we have our ophthalmologists and optometrist colleagues, or even our opticians colleague, who are all they have been professionally trained and are licensed to examine the kids' eyes. So, when should you get your child to be tested? If let's say, the best gauge is that if you, as parents, if your kids are young and they can't tell you anything, then just observe them, look at their posture, their behavior, and that will already give you an indication if you need to bring them to see the doctor, or even the optometrist and optician. Yeah, and once it's been shown that there's any sign that they are myopic, even though they are not wearing glasses yet, for example, very low prescription, always remember to bring them back for regular eye tests, like every 3 to 6 months, especially if they are younger, because myopia in kids can increase very fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Charlene. That was certainly
absolutely
very informative. I think we have come to the
Brilliant.
end of our show already.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But there are a couple of key takeaways.
Yes, that's right. I was going to get into that. Don't
Okay.
worry. Be patient with me.
Okay.
So there's so these are the key takeaways from today's
Yeah.
talkathon. So there's no safe level of myopia. Act now, not just correct myopia, but take control of it early. Practice good eye care habits. So outdoors. Don't read so close, and get your children's eyes checked every 6 months. I think we need to take it seriously, like a dental check.
Right.
Okay.
It's no joke here, but so thank you so much, Charlene, for being on the show here.
My pleasure.
Certainly
Thank
very
you.
informative. I've
Thank you
learned
so
a lot.
much.
And okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we're going to announce the winners for tonight for the $20 Shopee vouchers.
Yep.
And here are the winners' names. Samantha Beck, Ku BK Raymond, Chevelle Tan, Daphne Teo, and Nisa Fadila Somantri. You can email us at campaign@tickledmedia.com. And I would like to thank my lovely co-host for the evening,
Thank
Chris
you,
Hansen.
darling.
Thank you.
so much.
Mark
too.
Lee. I hope it
Yes.
won't be 16 years before we meet again. So thank you very much to all our audience who tuned in, and we'll see you guys very soon. My name is May Wan. Have a great evening. Good night.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.